Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala.
Namaste, Jai Shankar. Jai Shankar. Welcome to Satsang. So good to see so many of you. Thank you for being here. So today we are going to be in a little bit of a break, but I'm sure like last time we couldn't have the Zoom, but you all attended and stayed. Appreciate it. That is the key process of sadhana. You have to have a lot of patience. So today we want to talk a little bit about sadhana. What are the tools for the sadhana? What is sadhana first of all? Because some folks are having a little bit of, not everybody, but some problems on the path. So sadhana means spiritual practice. Samvit sadhana is what my Swamiji used to always say. For everything he would say samvit means divine. So your divine spiritual practice. So what does sadhana mean? Like sadhana is a process where we have the right tools to realize yourself. So the tools which we have already given, which I'm not going to repeat, is the prerequisites to enlightenment, which is all there on the YouTube video. So for the newcomers who have been just meeting us in Tiruvannamalai, and you're Zooming now, so good to see so many of you. I love you, and I'm just actually missing you so much, waiting to come to Thiru to see you all again. So for them and also the other people who have been for a few years and they're going through the sadhana and they're finding some difficulty. So for everybody, it is important that we know what the tools are and what should we be doing to come to full fruition in the path. So the prerequisites are there. I won't repeat. You have to drop the name and form, humility, and total Sharanagati. So suppose say like some of you who are the old students who already have it under your belt, right? So the newcomers, you have to go and listen to it a couple of times at least, because listening, many of you have understood, you know the spiritual knowledge, but while you're practicing, you're finding it difficult, right? Some difficulty, not too much, okay? Now, it has been so simplified, okay? If I sit here and do your Upanishads and Shastras, we'll be here till the cows come home, and I'll probably go sideways, so this is just the essence of the Vedantic truth, and so we're giving you it in such a simple way. So sadhana means you have to have the patience to sit, to drop everything that you think you are, which is your manifested self, with the name and form, because you are the Satchidananda at this very moment, and if you do not drop your name and form and all of its perceptions and everything else, you will not reach and find your true reality. The true Satchidananda is within you only, right? It's not anywhere outside. So the difficulty that I'm seeing some of the students is that dropping the name and form, they'll say, okay, you understand, okay, I can drop the name and form. But actually when the dropping happens, you kind of go through the dark night of the soul, because you're saying, wait a minute, all that I'm accustomed to in my life, and very comfort zone. You have the comfort zone of doing the same things, which is your vasanas, which is your habitual nature of doing the same things, which may not be bad. I mean, it's not good, right? But what we're telling here is like you have to drop. It's only an inner renunciation. So don't worry about, I'm not telling you leave home and go sit in Arunachala or something, I'm not saying that, and nobody says that. None of the gurus, Ramana Maharshi Jinda said, no, don't leave your family, Just know you're the self. Stop the thoughts and you are the self, right? So the tools basically is that you have to deeply, diligently, very alertly, every moment in your life, meaning every aspect of your life has to be seen. What are we seeing? You have to see whether you are still the name and form. Are you conducting your life from the podium of name and form? Because that time what will happen is you have the doership. The doership is still very prevalent, and you will be doing from that name and form and its attributes and its perceptions, which may not always be correct, right? So you have to look at it, witness it from the awareness point of view. We have spoken to this so many times about this. So from the awareness point of view means, what is awareness? It's the Satchidananda within you. It is the awareness that's always present within you. So from that state you have to look, right? Like you have to be the policeman and you're also the thief, you're the policeman. So the thief sometimes, the name and form becomes the thief, because so many times the vasanas come up and you do things which are habitual, because it is so much easier for you to be in your old state. Okay? To move to this like fragrance, right? It's filled with fragrance. The state of Satchidananda is filled with so much of fragrance, and it's an imperishable nature. So to believe in that and all that, it will be little difficult to let go of your old vasanas. But here is the thing: you just have to have a pure intention. Okay, so don't like wear the life like a tight jacket. Somebody said that, I think it was David Hawkins. Don't wear it like a tight jacket. Just loosen up, relax, enjoy every moment, but at the same time do the sadhana. Be aware that this is something. See, we are all born as humans. Okay, we have the sixth sense. The animals do not have it. They cannot come to enlightenment. Though Lakshmi cow, because of Bhagavan, it came to enlightenment. It's very special cases. But so when we are given the sixth sense, we have given all the tools. Like right now, in the moment, you're sitting here in the satsang. Okay, that means you had a pure intention. You wanted freedom. You wanted a guru principle. You got both those. The third point is that you're coming to full enlightenment. So how do we go about doing that? Seems to be a little obstacles and all that. I get all this voicemails and everything. So what are the tools right now? Just do all the prerequisites. Then you have to feel very comfortable, and do not be judgmental on yourself. Be very kind. Okay, at some point you'll say, okay, I can't just do that. You simply witness that also. Okay, there's somebody there who said that I don't think I can do this. So you have to witness that also. Be very compassionate, because you're simply dropping the death of the ego is not so easy. Death physical body, it will come, because the death of the ego is the hardest part. Because you're telling me to leave that sabotaging ego, which is telling me how to run my life and everything, which is the name and form. So I'm telling you, drop all of that nonsense, because the true reality will be completely compassionate. And because the thing is, there's a fear of you to drop this. That's the problem, because you have a fear of dropping your name and form. I've been doing this for all my life, and now she's telling me to drop all that. But the thing, the beauty of it is, the truth of it is, when you drop and you connect to the Satchidananda within you, and you are in total Sharanagati. Now, when I said total Sharanagati, like one of you beloved souls had an issue, he said, you mean to say if it's total, then I have to be a sadhu? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Inner sadhu. Okay, you can still have your beautiful family, you can have your spouse, you can have your children, siblings, everything. This one also has everybody. But where is the state of freedom? How are you going to achieve that if you do not have an inner renunciation? See, that's why this path is like kind of tough, because people they come and say they just want to be enlightened, and they think, oh, it's just a walk in the park. Not so, because dropping the name and form, dropping that which you have believed all your life, you're given a name, you're given a like whichever culture you're coming from, you're cultured in that process. Okay, even in India, like there's so many things which we have to really drop. Like all my sadhana with pujas and everything, I had to drop everything. And at one point, you have to drop all the knowledge also. You see what I'm saying? All the knowledge also. Now I can't read any books, because I don't want to go to that thing and grasping something when already the light is shining here, So how do you find that light? You have to be very diligent. Just do the prerequisites, and I'm fast forwarding a little bit. So right now I want to ask you, and I want you to contemplate on this. The two questions I want to ask you on two subjects is, one is acceptance, second is contentment. Okay, so how much are you accepting this state Like, okay, today you were used to meditate 3 times a day. Some people you work and all that, I totally understand. You can only meditate once a day. But the whole day, many of you beautifully tell me I'm in that state all the time. Every 2 minutes I tune in, I feel I'm very peaceful, I'm very content. Some of you say, well, uh, you know, what is the first word I said? Um, Acceptance, okay? Acceptance, I don't know, I'm not fully accepting. What are you not accepting? What are you not accepting? That means there's no Sharanagati. See, in Sharanagati, what you do is you're simply saying, what Ramana Maharshi says, hey, God created you, okay? Now, it's his business to take care of you. Somebody asked him, like, I have to go to South Africa to do some seva. He said, do you know who you are? And they said, what do you mean? I don't know. Then why are you going to South Africa? First find out who you are, and then you'll see. Then he also goes one step deeper and says, if God created you, why are you worried about taking care of you? That was like, hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, you know what? That's true. What am I trying to fend for myself? And the moment this one let go of everything, simply everything started coming into my life to facilitate this state. So that Shraddha has to be there, that faith has to be there. If the faith is not there, how will you come to this state? Because I'm telling you, drop everything. Okay, you have to go to work. Everybody goes to work. You work. But while you're working, is there a doer? When the surgeon goes and does surgery, the very profound surgeons who are very, very successful, they have nothing to do with their personality. They go in there and say, Ishvara, like if it's your will to save this patient, it's a very critical condition, this little child or this elderly person, may thy will be done, and that's all. He goes and cleans things and opens up the heart or whatever. Totally successful. Or if the child dies also, he has no attachment to it. So the attachment also is a process, because when you are coming to dropping everything, the attachment is a big thing, because lovingly unattached, right? How many times we've spoken about that, lovingly unattached? Are you doing it? What does lovingly unattached mean? You're loving to everybody. You're loving to everybody because God is a love only, right? God is love. I always think about what would Shiva do now at this point, right? And I mean, a lot of frustrations will come your way, right? Everybody is trying to push your buttons. But do you have buttons to push? If you take off the board of buttons, which I had a lot of it before, okay, the beginning of my path, then there's nobody can touch you. So that's when Shiva becomes your everything, everywhere you're only seeing that infinite reality. It may not be Shiva, it's just I'm saying the supreme consciousness. Everything is only consciousness. So if you're so devoted to that and you're saying, okay, God, just take me and make me whatever you wish. Now you can't say like, make me thy instrument. First of all, are you deserving to be his instrument? That's a problem. So you say, what is my purpose in life? I must have some purpose in life. Shambho, Don't worry about all that. First, worry about you being free of your kleshas, of your vasanas and all that nonsense. Because once you're free of all that only, you will come to see that immensity within you simply manifesting as so many things, that little mundane things also it will manifest. And also there is a support system, right? I mean, totally accessible to you. You're not going and talking to anybody outside. Okay, you're getting all the answers within. Why? Because you're meditating 3 times a day, okay, only once a day also, and the rest of the time 2 minutes. I'm saying, even if you're working, take like 2 minutes off and just tune in and say, where am I right now? Am I perturbed? Is my environment, okay, perturbing me? Is it traumatizing me? That you have to drop, because then what is the environment? Brahman Satya Jagat Mithya. Mithya means everything is only imaginary, is only false. So everything in this world is illusory and it's false. So why are we clinging on to that which is false, which is also your manifested self? That within that is that immensity. So you have to go to see that. So when you check your environment and everything is like you're being worried about it, and oh, look at the world and look at this and that, you'll never get to the point of pure joy. Okay. So when you write to me or send me, messages saying that, you're not in a good place. Who is in a perfect place? Tell me. See what happens, the vasanas are coming up to kind of sabotage you. One time you're saying that you had very good meditations. The next time you're saying, I'm actually not in a good place. Okay? So why don't you ask yourself, why are you not in a good place? Okay, so the abhyasa has to be done. Okay, the abhyasa has to be done. You have to sit. If suppose the whole time you're not able to meditate, but you're only telling the mantra, that's okay too. See, one of you are saying that, sometimes I end up telling the mantra the whole time and I don't come to peace. Okay, that's probably your karma that you have to do so much mantras. In old times, like my guru and all that, I mean, one time I did 4.5 lakhs of malas. He said, Sharada, do this mandala. And I said, okay, okay, Swami, I'll do it. And I sat there for I think a month. I took like 40 malas or 50 malas a day. Anyway, it came to some 4.5 lakhs or something. All that tapasya, no? Because of that, what happens is that mantra purifies all of your vasanas, your kleshas. So it purifies. It is a tool to purify you so that you can go deeper. So simply saying the mantra is okay. And some of you have asked mantras. So we are going to play a mantra which is Om Namah Shivaya, but it's said in such a beautiful pronunciation. It just came to me this morning or yesterday night or something, very late in the night. Or maybe yesterday late in the night, whatever it is. It always comes late in the night or the morning. So I told Chris, let's play that for the music. Okay, so going back to acceptance and contentment. The acceptance comes only when you are in Sharanagati. So you cannot say like, well, you want me to, I can't, how can I do total Sharanagati? I'm not a sadhu. Then maybe, you're not in the right place. I don't know what to tell you. That's the only way. Sharanagati is one way, self-inquiry is another way. But I just talk about Sharanagati more because I'm just, talking about what this one has experienced. It's so easy because you're simply saying, okay, God, take over my life and do whatever. And my Swami used to say, you see, the conductor is on the dais conducting your life. It's like in an orchestra, like the conductor is there and the whole orchestra, they'll be looking at him. And they can only play the violin or the cello or the saxophone looking at him because the whole thing, they have to go according to his orchestration, conducting, so that they can all be very conducive and the music can come out beautifully. Same story, right? If you want your life to be in perfection, right, then you cannot say like, the thing is, I've told you so many times, right? If you think that we can do it, it's very mediocre. If you're plugging into the unlimited reality, it becomes extraordinary. This one is not a great thing or something. Nothing. Okay? So why is these things coming up? Right? So many people are sitting in Tiruvannamalai and all that. We're filling the halls because I don't know. It's all, grace of the divine. So once you're completely tuned into the grace, and initially what will happen is that you will start feeling in your life, when you're in Sharanagati, first of all, you feel a sense of freedom. You will feel a sense of lightness because, today this did not work out, but anyway, it's his business. It's starting from even appointments with the doctor, it's his business. And I'm telling you, there is such clarity in the seeing within this one. For example, I'll give you, the other day, I usually go for the yearly checkups. So whenever I call them, my doctor, for the yearly checkup, they'll say, it'll be like 2 months. She's booked. So I took out my calendar and I kept like July, August opened. Because I said, well, it's June now. She's going to give me in 2 months. So the lady says, she was very sweet, and I said this one, and she said, yeah, can you come next week? I said, excuse me. That thing, fell off. The May and June was somewhere else. June was somewhere else. And I'm saying, really? Is that for real? She says, oh yeah. You want this week or next week or, what time do you want? You want this time or that time? And I'm going, okay, Shambho, thank you. I had a lot of choices. I'm saying simple things like that, mundane things will happen, but it will not happen till you have that faith. See, the miracles are flowing all the time, but if you don't have faith, you don't even look at it as a miracle. I see everything as a miracle because it is so. Not you're sitting there and doing everything. Something else vaster than you, which exists within you only, is simply conducting and facilitating. Because every time I think, I have this deep connection with Shambho, with Arunachala, and every time I'm thinking like, he's just taking care. Everything is taken care of. Many people laughed and said, I don't know what you're doing. You should be doing this or that. I said, I don't feel like it. It's not coming to me. I don't feel like it. Always listen to what your heart is saying, right? So the acceptance can only come in full Sharanagati. So if you're not in Sharanagati, please check. You have to go to that full Sharanagati as much as you can. So say you're 75%. Because I'm telling you this because of all of you having difficulty in Sharanagati. Suppose you say you're thinking 75%. The benefit in that 75% will come to you. Then you will recognize, oh, wait a minute, I gave this up. I was not so bothered about when I'm going to get the appointment or when this is going to happen. And then it just happened. Oh, okay. I didn't have anything to do with it. I was prepared for 2 months and then I got the appointment early. Like that, every aspect of your life will turn out perfectly. But, you can't have an expectation. You can't have an expectation. No expectations, no desires, drop everything. You have only this life, okay? If you want to go on and come 30 lifetimes, be my guest, I won't be here. You know what I mean? So that's acceptance comes from Sharanagati. Then contentment also, right? If you are in full Sharanagati, then you're accepting your life just the way it is, and you're saying this is just beautiful. Okay? This is just so spectacularly beautiful. And then what happens? You're so content. And when you're content, you're so grateful. Even gratefulness actually comes before. You're grateful for every little tiny thing you have in your life. Then it comes before, no? So say even some of you cannot be grateful right away. Okay, fine. So you come to the contentment. So contentment is full. It's just fullness. You're so content with everything. Oh, that didn't work out today, so what? It doesn't matter. And you have to drop the attachments. Because you just drop the attachments and see there's so much of freedom. Your heart opens up. The little pleasure you got in that attachment, this is much larger and more profound and more beautiful, and it's imperishable. So it's eternal, right? Why do you want to give up the eternal for some little thing, your attraction and distractions and all that? Tinseltown, no? So you got it? So first, the newcomers, you have to go back to the prerequisites, look at the prerequisites. This came so strongly because even you're asking about meditation, right? So we'll give the mantra. So those of you who wanted the mantra, when we play the mantra, this mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, it's been always told, but this is a very profound mantra. I know that I gave only some of you, mostly the San Diego people, a different Shiva mantra, which was my mantra, which was given to me by Arunachala. So that right now, when we meet in person, maybe it will be given. I don't know, it's not coming, but Om Namah Shivaya, very, very powerful. So when you're doing mundane things, washing dishes, doing your job, everything, you keep on the mantra. Now, and the connection with the Guru principle is very, very important. Actually, today we were going to play a Guru mantra, and Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara, and then there was a beautiful meaning. And so I looked at it and I said, okay, we'll do it another day where we can print out the meaning and we will show you. Because the Guru, it's not... See, the importance of the Guru is like only the true Guru is there's nobody home. Okay, so it's easy for them to talk about it. Yeah, they'll say, even Ramana said, oh, I went and put my leg in the hornet's nest and I got bitten, whatever. He says he uses the word I because you come to the point where that I is nothing. It's only the higher I, right? Sometimes we say this one or something like that. It's okay. So you have to just focus on, the Sharanagati and connection with this one, because initially you need that help. Initially, once the inner Guru is awakened, there's nothing. I always told you, the outer Guru pushes you and the inner Guru is wheeling you in. So once the inner Guru awakens, you'll say, oh, what is this profundity within me? Also the dark night of the soul will come, because at that time the inner Guru is almost commanding you, have you dropped this? Have you dropped that? Right? What is your attachment here? What is this nonsense? Okay? And then you'll just like go crazy. one student is going through that, and I'm really, really so happy. But, they're a little perturbed, but that's okay, because that's what will happen. You have to go through that, like crossing the ocean. The other side, how do you get to the ocean of samsara? How do you get? You take a boat and you cross it. The boat is the guru. And after you go there, you don't carry the boat on your head, right? Like, you can always have the guru if you have an affection to it. The reason is, I'm saying, this person who came, a wonderful, wonderful soul who came to Tiruvannamalai. I'm fond of everybody, but this one is when I'm very fond of her. So she said she was in the 16-hour shift of working really, really hard. And exactly when the satsang happened, she actually texted me that she just profoundly found, could feel this one's presence. She said, I could feel Ma's presence and just undeniable grace. She could feel the energy of grace. How is that? See, unless you have the connection, right? It's not somebody just sitting here and doing something, So unless you have that connection, you will start feeling, and slowly when you start feeling, and you become very trusty of the guru, then miracles will happen. Okay, so I hope you got it, all the questions. And those of you who did not ask the questions also, it's coming up. And the most important, on Tuesday when I was meditating, this came to me, already picked up from all of you even before the satsang. Some of you had restless minds. Some of you were very anxious. Some of you was perturbed and very sad. So I'm telling you right now, give everything to me. Drop everything right now and just give it to this one. What else can I tell you? It can be dissolved, in the transmission. But don't carry all this sadness and everything. It's only coming from the ego positionality. Every time when you are progressing really good, it'll come and sabotage you. Oh my goodness, I need to be out of here soon. This one is going to check me out, How many times I said, I've given you the pink slip, what are you doing here? So you have to recognize, see, there's nothing wrong. There's no right or wrong, right? Neti, this also, that also. Okay, not this, not that. Okay, it's a very like razor edge. So if you feel like sadness sometimes, or if you feel very vulnerable, everything is okay. You're simply witnessing, okay, this little name and form is going through that. But always remember, you are the Satchidananda. Behind that, the screen is the Satchidananda, in which everything is portrayed, right? Everything is shown like the movie screen. So you are that stillness, you are that imperishable self, you are eternal. All of that is the only truth. Parat Param Parameshwara. You have to go beyond the Parameshwara also. When I say Shambho, Shambho, I'm not attached to the form of Shambho. It is an eternal reality that I feel so comfortable in that state. Right? My friend she visited yesterday with me, and she was asking me, I think it was Friday or something. She was asking me, so we were discussing, she was asking a few things. She said, so you don't like to travel anymore and see places, because that's like my desire. I said, no, not at all. I don't feel like it, because the fullness is within you. It'll come to a point, not trying to scare you away, because some of you have already left because you want to visit places, and that was your agenda and all that. When you're almost coming home, you took off. What can I do? I can't force you back, right? That's your vasana. You go traveling the world and all that. You're going to drop like a little sweet thing, and you just take off. So there's nothing I can do. I still love you, and whatever, whenever you come back, you come back. So that's very important, right? If you want to just enjoy life and everything, you want to just do a little bit of sadhana with Ma, that's all okay too. Everything is just fine. But there'll come a point when your inner soul will ask you, because there's previously in past lifetimes, because you're sitting here, past lifetimes, you've done your sadhana. The only thing that goes with the soul is your sadhana. Like money in the bank, useless. When you die, everything you have to leave behind for somebody. Not your sadhana, not your tapasya, not your spiritual practice at all. It will come with you, with your soul, right? So it's not a waste. So suppose you don't make it this lifetime, it's okay. Next lifetime, this one will not be there, but somebody else. No problem. So don't get perturbed about it. You just see the way you are, and you know what? If you have the capacity within you to become better, see, because this friend also asked me, see, sometimes people tell me, oh, mom, like the children, say, oh, mom, like, why are you like this or something? They correct me, and I feel like I should change. So if it's coming from outside and that really needs to change, you'll feel like it, right? I mean, they said, why are you getting perturbed? Why are you getting so tensed? You're only going to Sharada auntie's house, right? So I mean, like, there's no tension there. So that means you have to change from being the tense state to samyama. Okay, if I go today, I go. If I don't go also, I don't go. You know what I mean? So you have to look at life, every aspect. I'm not telling you to sit tight here and look at every aspect. But kind of in the background, you have to keep witnessing very gently, very softly. Who am I right now? Why am I feeling this? Can I drop it? That's all. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience to listen, and we'll play the mantra. And please, pronounce it nicely like that. We'll also, Krishna will put it on the playlist so that you will have it. Okay, you can just load it in your phone, and then you can listen to it all the time, especially people who have asked me for a mantra. Please use this. Okay, thank you so much.
Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya.
Sit comfortably. Take in a deep breath, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale. Exhaling everything that does not serve you, dropping it. Deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping even further. Dropping all of your resistance to going deeper. One last time, deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping everything and just being, not being this or that. Taking a little mini vacation for this 1 hour. Letting go of everything. And seeing the Satchidananda within you. You are that true reality. You are that effulgence. And you are that imperishable self. Thank you. Slowly come out. Take in a gentle breath, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale. Deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping everything that came up to be released. One last time, deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale. Slowly open your eyes when you're ready. If you're in a deep state, you don't need to open your eyes. Thank you. Thank you. There's one important thing I need to share. So, even though the mantra was given via Zoom, it's still an initiation. So, and even though it's a common mantra, right? It's still an initiation. So, it's best you do not share it with anybody, right? Because it loses its power. So, even though it's like nobody knows you're doing it, and if you say, oh yeah, mom gave this mantra, the power goes. So, make sure that you keep it within you, keep it as a secret, and do not share with anybody, even your close ones, your siblings, your friends, nobody. Okay. Just wanted to let you know that. Forgot to mention it earlier. Thank you for being here. Just take rest, hydrate, all of the good stuff. You already know. Some of the newcomers do not drink enough water, so make sure you do, because you're going to get a little temperature if you don't, because all that is being released. You're not allowing the release, with not drinking enough water. Okay. Thank you. Jai Shankar. Namaste. Namaste.